Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Sales Savage, if I could just start with you. So how many customers do you have approximately?
Between 14 and 15 million customers.
Between 14 to 15 million. I think you told Senator Britt just a minute ago that a goodly number of those are minors. Is that correct?
What I said was I don't have the number of customers.
You have the genetic data of a good many minors. Is that correct?
We have genetic data for a particular number of minors, and I will be happy to provide.
People under the age of 18. Is that correct?
That is how I'm defining a minor.
So they give your customers, I just want to make sure I understand your business model. Your customers give you their genetic information for you to run various tests on. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
And I mean, that's pretty sensitive stuff, isn't it? Somebody's genetic information. Is there anything more personal than that?
I would agree with you, Senator, that genetic data is sensitive information.
And so now you're just going to sell all of it? 15 million people, bunches of kids, maybe millions. It's just going to be sold in the open market?
As Senator, the good news, as I mentioned, is that the two bidders or buyers for the company, one is Regeneron, which is
That's the big pharma company?
It
doesn't make me feel any better.
It's a large pharmaceutical company.
All right, so you're gonna take 15 million Americans' genetic information and you're gonna sell it to somebody, and your message to us is today, trust us, it'll be fine. Maybe it's a big pharma company. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe they'll treat it right. I thought your privacy code, your privacy commitment said that consumers had a right not to have their information shared with anybody else without their consent. I mean, I've got your privacy statement right here. It says that without their consent, you can't share their information. You're about to sell it.
Senator, that consent is, essentially for,
not real?
Not share for research purposes, and we are not selling it for research purposes.
So when you tell the consumer, give us your personal information and we'll take money from you, and we won't give it to anybody without your consent, it's not real. It just means, maybe kind of depends on the day.
Senator, I will say that our customers' data is their own. They have the right at all times to access that information. They can edit it.
Well, sure they can, but you're about to sell it to who knows who. They can't control it. You said to Senator Moody that consumers have complete control of their data. Complete. How can they have complete control if you're about to sell it without their consent?
Senator, they can delete that data anytime up until the sale and after.
Oh, okay. They can delete the data. Have you fixed the ability of customers to go on your website and delete it? Because right after you announced your sale, your deletion page went down. I hold in my hand here an article from the Wall Street Journal. 23andMe site goes down as customers struggle to delete their data. Can they even get onto your site to delete their data?
They can, Senator. And
you fixed this?
That was an issue that, yes, we fixed immediately after.
It's up and running now? Customers can go on?
Customers can go on and they can delete their data.
What happens when they go onto your site to delete their data?
When a customer logs into their account at 23andMe, they go to their settings page, and there's a section there where just click delete my data. It confirms that they want to delete their data, and it's deleted automatically.
Is that true? Let's take a look.
Okay.
When they go onto your page, they get an opportunity. It says permanently delete the data. So they click the button that says permanently delete the data, and then they get a notification that says your account is no longer accessible. How do they know if they can't access their account anymore? How do they know their data's been deleted?
Because we send them a notification that their information has been deleted.
You send it once, and how long does that take?
Our policies state that, we will delete their data within 30 days, and in most cases, it is automatic and happens much quickly.
And when you delete it, it's deleted. It's gone forever.
All the genetic data is deleted forever, and yes.
Really? Because that's not what your privacy statement says in the fine print. Let's read it. What your statement says is, we retain personal information for as long as necessary to provide the services and fill the transactions you have requested, to comply with our legal obligations, resolve disputes, enforce agreements, et cetera, et cetera. And then it goes on, 23andMe and or our contracted genotyping laboratory will retain your genetic information even if you choose to delete your account.
Senator, 23andMe, it does not retain any genetic information regarding the consumer once they delete their account. We do.
It says right here that you will retain genetic information, including date of birth and sex, even if you choose to delete your account. This is your privacy policy. I'm just quoting from it.
Senator, to the best of my knowledge, we do not maintain any genetic information.
It says even if you choose to delete your account, we will retain your genetic information, date of birth and sex, even if you choose to delete your account.
There is some information that we do retain, such as, but not related to the genetic information.
Right.
But that, such as name, email address,
Oh.
and other.
So even if you delete the account, you retain their name, you retain their email address, you retain their date of birth, you retain their sex, and you retain their genetic information, even if they choose to delete your account. So in other words, don't talk to your suit behind you, talk to me. He's not testifying, you are.
Think your DNA is safe with a tech company? Yeah, about that. So 23andMe isn't just a cute ancestry kit. They literally have your genetic code, and who else could get their hands on it? Let's just say, if you don't like the idea of your DNA floating around in a foreign government's database, you should be worried. Hawley called out the CEO, even suggesting he should be sued into oblivion. And the look on that CEO's face? Pure shock, like no one's ever told him that before. Here's the reality, these tech giants aren't protecting your privacy, they're cashing in on it. So do you trust them with your DNA? Or is it time we finally say, enough is enough?
Response on Title VI of the Civil Rights Act is equally concerning. She gives a rambling answer about preventing discrimination but completely misses that Title VI only applies to federally funded programs. As Kennedy notes, these judges will see Title VI cases regularly. How can they rule on laws they don't understand? This hearing exposes critical problems with judicial nominations. We're advancing nominees with fundamental knowledge gaps for lifetime appointments. These individuals will interpret our Constitution yet cannot answer basic questions about constitutional provisions. Senator Kennedy is performing his constitutional duty of advice and consent. His precise questions test actual legal knowledge, not political positions. The fact these nominees struggle with basic concepts shows our vetting process is inadequate. When judges don't understand federalism or constitutional provisions like the Privileges and Immunities Clause, they cannot protect the constitutional structure that preserves our liberty. The confidence with which these nominees gave wrong answers before correcting themselves suggests overconfidence in incomplete understanding. The American people deserve federal judges with constitutional mastery, not individuals researching basic provisions after confirmation hearings. These are lifetime appointments with enormous power over our rights and freedoms. The Constitution is the supreme law of our land, and federal judges are its guardians. When those guardians don't know basic constitutional provisions, our entire system is at risk. We must demand better from judicial nominees and hold senators accountable for thorough vetting. If you found this analysis helpful, like this video and subscribe to Manwa Recap for more content examining what's happening in Washington. Share this with anyone who cares about judicial competency and constitutional knowledge. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time as we continue fighting for constitutional governance and accountability.